Salam sejahtera to all our viewers. Welcome to our new podcast channel brought to you by Cell Research TV channel. In this show, we will explore the groundbreaking innovation and cutting-edge research pioneered by our exceptional scientists and researchers at I'm your host. My name is Claire Tan, and today I will welcome our guest, Dr. Pang, and he will be leading us as an expert who has been doing post research for health. And together we will explore the journey behind the creation of this product, its potential impact, issues and challenges, and future outlook. So whether you are a seasoned professional and an avid enthusiast, or simply curious about UM's latest research advancement, stay tuned on Research TV and don't miss this episode. So, hi Dr. Pang.
Hi Claire.
Yeah. So it's nice to meet you. So can I go through with you the prepared questions that I have given to you?
Yeah,
so
sure.
You can let me know what is your thoughts. Okay. So firstly, I would like to know for your creation on the Boost health product, can you firstly tell me what is the source of motivation and the underlying ideas that came about with this?
Yeah, sure. So the motivation behind Go Boost is actually stemmed from the need of health solutions, particularly to support and enhance our immunity and health, as highlighted during COVID-19 pandemic. And also we see a growing trends in using mushrooms as a superfood and also as a functional food. So mushrooms can be ingredients to prepare health supplements in the health and the supplement and wellness industry. So our idea is also to harness the immuno-boosting properties out of these mushrooms, and the compound is actually what we call beta-glucan from these Grey Oyster Mushrooms, the PL27 strain that we use.
Okay, thank you. So for my second question, could you elucidate the scientific concepts underlying the utilization of beta-glucans derived from the Grey Oyster Mushroom to augment the immunological health?
Yeah, so first thing first, beta-glucan is actually a kind of polysaccharide that is found in the cell wall of fungi. And we know mushrooms is actually belongs to the fungi family. So in nature, they would have a lot of beta-glucan as the polysaccharide in the cell wall. So what we do is that we break down the cell wall of the fungi, that is the Grey Oyster Mushrooms, and harvest the beta-glucan. So if you say, if you ask me what is polysaccharide, polysaccharides are actually a long chain of sugar molecules. So beta-glucan is a type of these polysaccharides. So polysaccharides can be found in various foods in our diet. For example, starch from plant. So those are polysaccharides. And starch, as you know, they provide energy for our bodies. And of course, fibers also, they are helping us to smoothen our digestive system. So this beta-glucan can act as an immunomodulant, to answer your questions, to actually boost our immunogenic health. So beta-glucan is an immunomodulant. So immunomodulating properties of beta-glucan actually come from the fact that it can modulate and adjust our immune system. Say for example, if our immune system is overreactive, like we are in allergies, or we suffer from autoimmune diseases, it can sort of like calm down our immune system. And if we are in need of boosting our immune system, let's say we are ill, we are sick, we are suffering from infection, so this immunomodulant, i.e. our beta-glucan, is able to boost our immune system by activating our component of immune system, like for example macrophages, white blood cells, and also dendritic cells. Yeah.
Okay. So for my third question, what obstacles were encountered while cultivating the Pleurotus pulmonaris PL27 hybrid strain, and how were these obstacles successfully addressed?
Yeah, so to be honest, the PL27 strain was cultivated by our mushroom growers that we work closely with So I come to know that the challenges of cultivating Pleurotus pulmonaris, that is the common Grey Oyster mushrooms in Malaysia, is the the subjectivity or the what we call the resilience of the disease. So these hybrid strains can able to fight off diseases. They are more resilient and adaptable to diseases. So in order to sustain the growing of these PL27 strains, in order to overcome the challenges, if there's any, I think the key success, the successful key is actually having an optimal substrate formulation and also a controlled growing environment for this PL27 strain of Grey Oyster Mushroom.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
So, what novel methodologies did you utilize to guarantee optimal beta-glucan expression and bioavailability in GoBoost?
Yeah, so in order to maximize the yield of beta-glucan of this hybrid strain of the mushrooms, so we use a so-called innovative strategies inspired by the traditional Chinese cooking method. It is what we call the double boiling. So the double boiling is able to break down the cell wall of the mushrooms and then release a higher amount of the beta-glucan so that we can maximize the yield and get a purer content of beta-glucan. So I would say we have done a lot of tests in the lab to sort of like maximize the extraction and so-called the expression of this beta-glucan.
Okay, so as what I know, have you undertaken any clinical trials or research studies to substantiate the therapeutic advantages of GoBoost? If that is the case, what were the main discoveries?
Yeah, for this GoBoost, right, at the moment, as of now, we are developing as a health supplement, right, in the wellness industry. So we are not putting a claim that it can cure or treat any diseases. So if we were to put a claim in it, we have to do clinical research on volunteers and also subjects. So at the moment, it is in a pipeline that we are going to subject patients with this kind of with our GoBoost product. But at the moment, we are labeled it as a food grade health supplement. So we are not venturing into clinical study yet. But we have gathered enough preclinical studies results, i.e. we have done a lot of pharmacological testing using cells and small animals, that is mice and rats. So we have found out that it can reduce the inflammation and suppress and inhibit and oxidative stress in the small animals. So hopefully we can extend this to do clinical studies with the healthy volunteers. And also another thing that we are doing in the pipeline is actually bioavailability studies, because this is very important to see how our supplement that contain high amount of beta-glucan, that is about 37%, how it is being absorbed effectively by the body. So we have obtained a grant and we are going to start doing the bioavailability test in small animal first, and then hopefully we will extend it into human subjects. Yeah.
A bit curious.
Yeah.
Human subjects, is it why you start with animals and not human?
Yeah, because in terms of the lineup of experimental design, so we always start out with the dry lab. That is like doing literature research, and then we go on to more evidence-based. Then we have to start off using cell, and then small animals to gather preclinical studies. Then it will get translated into human subjects. Yeah, so that is usually the evidence-based practice of this experimentation.
Okay, understood. Yeah. So, how do beta-glucans in GoBoost compare to those in other health supplements on the market? What are the distinctive advantages do they provide?
Yeah, so in the market, we have a lot of beta-glucan products. Usually, they are sourced from plants, like for example, cereal and oat. They do have beta-glucan. So these beta-glucans from plants, structurally, they have this 1,3 and 1,4 linkage configuration, meaning that the glucose molecules are arranged in beta-glucan of plant bonded by 1,3 and 1,4 bonding. So beta-glucan that is sourced from fungi, they have 1,3 and 1,6 bonding. So they line up in long branches and also branch out 1,3 and 1,6 bonding. So it gives rise to two different and very distinctive shape and structure of these two types of beta-glucan. So in the market, beta-glucan of mushrooms is less known. It is all conquered by oat beta-glucan in that sense. And as you asked me what different our product make to the others is that we have obtained a higher 1,316 beta-glucan that is about 37%, and the content is quite purified. And then also you might wonder what is the other compounds in our mushroom extracts. So it also contains other form of polysaccharides, and also it has contained other packed with bioactive compounds like ergosterol and whatnot. So that makes our product apart from the other beta-glucan.
So my next question is, what input has been obtained from initial users of GoBoost regarding the impact of their health and well-being?
Yeah, so like what I say, we have not ventured into human subject testing yet, but we are doing what we call sensory testing, because if at all this product is going to take off, and we have to sort of like improve the sensory. So a sensory testing is needed to evaluate the sensory attributes of our GoBoost product. Hopefully we can partner with any food company or health and supplements wellness industry to work with us or fellow food scientists to improve on the sensory attributes, like for example the aroma of GoBoost, the texture, the taste, or even the appearance of GoBoost in overall.
Okay, right. So how does GoBoost align with the existing health and wellness supplemental industry, and what distinguishes it from competitors?
Yeah, this is a very good question. Actually, our product GoBoost certainly align well with the current trend of health and wellness industry, because like what I say, we are bombarded with pandemic and everything, and we have to keep our body optimal. So in order to keep our body into optimal condition and be resilient to any types of illnesses like flu, common diseases and whatnot, we have to keep our body in the body immunological condition in tip-toe. So having to have these mushrooms-based products entering the market, it will diversify the health and wellness industry, and also alert the public saying that, look, you can actually consider mushrooms because they have a lot of good benefits according to your needs and preferences. So yeah, so I am happy to see more and more mushroom products entering the health and wellness industry.
Okay, actually I eat a lot of mushroom.
Yeah,
okay,
good to know that.
How are you implementing tactics to inform consumers about the advantages of functional mushrooms and specifically GoBoost?
Yeah, so like what I say, if GoBoost is able to take off, so I think we will, in the team, will actually work on multi-channel marketing strategies. I can think of, like for example, doing digital marketing strategies, informative content through website, or even social media engagement. And not forgetting that we can actually partner with influencer, because nowadays we see a lot of TikTokers and YouTubers, so we can actually do a partnership with them to increase the awareness of mushrooms and mushroom-based products. And at the moment, the Mushroom Research Center of UM is also actively carrying out workshops and webinars to spread across the messages that eat more mushrooms to increase your health and the wonders and the marvelous health benefits of mushrooms. Yeah, we have done a lot of that.
Okay, so as for my next one, I think I will be asking about the intentions. What are the intentions to broaden the GoBoost product range or creating supplementary products utilizing alternative beneficial mushrooms or strains?
Yeah, so this is good questions because the group that I'm in, the center that I'm affiliated to is called Mushroom Research Center, and our faculty, together with Faculty of Pharmacy, Medicine, and Science, we are not looking at Grey Oyster mushrooms only. So we look at a lot of other mushrooms, like for example the monkey head mushrooms, the Hericium erinaceus. We have done a lot of research on that, and they are particularly good in brain health, right? They can help us to extend the neural outgrowth and whatnot. So it is good for improving alertness, memory, and learning. Other than that, we also work a lot of the indigenous mushrooms like Linosus rhinoceratis, the tiger milk mushroom, and whatnot. So they are particularly good in your respiratory system. So yeah, so not only just expanding the range of GoBoost, but we are trying to bring in other strain of mushroom as well, and hopefully we can bring the mushrooms into the health supplements market.
You were saying about the respiratory. I'm a bit curious because is it for the lung?
Yeah, for the lung, upper respiratory, and also lower respiratory. So there is actually clinical trials running on this type of mushrooms health product.
What's the name of that mushroom?
Tiger milk mushroom.
Tiger milk mushroom.
Yeah.
Okay. So as for the perspective or the future development of functional mushroom supplements in the health and wellness sector in the coming decade, what is your perspective?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the future of functional mushrooms in the health and wellness industry will be incredibly promising. So I foresee that in the next decade, there will be more and more mushroom-based product entering the market. Yeah, so not only just mushroom product itself, but maybe like multi-grains product that's fortified with mushroom product, or mushroom as a functional ingredients in the health supplements. So we are seeing that already. So yeah, so in the future, I think there will be a bloom of this mushroom product.
Okay, all right. So which sustainable techniques are utilized in cultivating and producing the Pleurotus plumonerus PL27 hybrid strain?
Come again, sorry.
Which sustainable techniques are utilized in cultivating and producing this Pleurotus PL27 hybrid strain?
Yeah, that is also a very good question. So the source of our health product, of course, the star is the mushrooms. So we need to have a sustainable source. So in terms of mushroom growing in general, so we apply something called circular economy. So when you look at the life cycle of the mushroom growing practices, so it all started off with growing mushrooms from a substrate. So the substrate is bagged in a biodegradable plastic, and inside it contains agricultural waste. The agricultural waste could be from sawdust, right? So the sawdust is used as a substrate to grow the mushrooms.
Okay.
So after the mushroom is grown and fully matured, we harvest the mushrooms. So it is a circular economy from waste to wealth. And when you look back at the mushroom growing industry, the farming practices is what we call an organic farming practice, because there's no chemical input, so there's no pesticide involved, and the closed and controlled environment to grow mushrooms is very much organic and ensure effective use of energy and water. Yeah, so in that case, if you were to ask me, the sustainable techniques is actually it is sustainable in a way that it reduces carbon footprint when we actually grow mushrooms, and especially this PL27 strain of Grey Oyster Mushroom. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, thanks. So, next question. Could you elaborate of any ethical considerations or practices that were essential in the development of GoBoost?
Yeah, this is a very good question as well. So, the immediate answer that I can give you in terms of ethical consideration is that if at all GoBoost is in the commercialization stage, we will ensure what we call a fair trade practices, meaning that all the workers or staff that are involved in the cultivation up to the production will be compensated fairly and justly, for example. So that is the ethical consideration I can think of. That is what we call fair trade practices.
That is fair trade practices, but from my knowledge, ethical consideration is also have to do with the concept of informed consent.
Yeah.
Like when we talk about the future human participants,
Yes.
we need to get their consent before we test on them. So that is also ethical.
Yeah. So that particular information is also needed. For example, informed consent, the involvement of human subjects and ethical considerations. So we will, in the future, when we do this kind of clinical trial, we will follow the good clinical practice. Yeah. So that is the ethical consideration as well. Thank you for bringing that up also.
Because I'm actually did my master's in healthcare and medical. So I was specializing on that. So that is also part of the reason I'm interviewing you, because I'm interested in health.
I see. Good.
Yeah. So 14, the next question. What guidance would you offer to other individuals who are innovating and starting businesses in the health and wellness industry?
Yeah. So I don't think I'm in the best position to give advice, because I'm still in the process of learning. But when I did my research in mushrooms, since my PhD era, I never thought that it can venture into starting a business. So what I did was actually just doing basic research, and then to try to find out the pharmacological background on how this mushroom compound, i.e. the beta-glucan, can help our body, and then try to discover if there's new theories and whatnot. So thanks to UMCIE, so they push us to think on the innovator side, so and say that, look, these mushrooms can actually be innovated to become sort of called a business model. So and also the fellow researchers like me and fellow scientists like me, when we write grant, we always the funders always ask us to think out of the box and think what is the downstream, or what is the outcome of your product, so to speak. Yeah. So the advice that I can give to the others and myself is that try to prioritize what we call scientific research and what we call evidence practices. Yeah. So whatever product that you wanted to innovate, it has to be based on evidence. Yeah. For if you are starting off as a business, you wanted to come up with a product, it has to be evidence based. Like for myself, I am doing the normal way, that is doing research, then only produce product. So for the industry who wanted to produce product, they should actually work with scientists and make sure that their health product is scientifically backed.
Okay. Because I also curious, because that day I was walking on the street, the grass, there was a mushroom. So the mushroom is in front of a house. So I asked the owner, the mushroom actually is poisonous or not poisonous, and they say don't eat. But I'm a bit curious whether every single mushroom that I see is a potential for immune product. So is it wrong to say that my assumption that every single mushroom is not always good and it sometimes can be poisonous?
Yeah, having that assumption that every mushrooms is not safe to eat is better, because sometimes the mushrooms can look very harmless, but in fact they are poisonous. Yeah, for example, this is also part of our research in the Mushroom Research Center. We also deal with poisonous mushrooms, and we have several projects with UM-Cares as well on the awareness. Raise awareness on the poisonous mushrooms. The common poisonous mushrooms in Malaysia is what we call chlorophyllum molybdites. It is a whitish color mushrooms. I suspect what you saw is actually that chlorophyllum molybdites is white color.
Yes.
Yeah,
and in front of a house.
Yeah, it's always in the grassland and whatnot.
Yes.
So it is poisonous in the sense that it has a potent stomach irritant. So it can cause gastroenteritis, which is the inflammation of your gut, and then it can cause, chiri bere, and also if it is serious, it will go to dehydration. Yeah.
Interesting. So Last question, how do you integrate Go Boost into your health routine and what specific advantages have you noticed?
Yeah, so for the Go Boost, for my own consumption, what I did was just you can actually, just a tips, you can actually mix it with lukewarm water or cold water, shake it out, and then you can just drink, just like the other beta-glucan product in the market. Yeah, so you can also use it as ingredients to cook your porridge and whatnot. Yeah, so what I can see, not just taking Go Boost, but taking mushrooms as and include them in your diet overall can actually boost your resilience towards common illnesses and whatnot. So in a way, you will feel more healthier if you include mushrooms in your diet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Talk about diet. I know somebody who is in hospital now, so having a lung infection. So the doctor is putting nutrition in the blood, and I'm a bit concerned that is there a way to cure using Go Boost mushroom with such a condition?
I think there's no guarantee, but I would actually say consult physician first. Consult physician because certain types of, coming from the faculty of pharmacy, I always advise that consult physician because sometimes the health supplements could interfere with the drug, the modern medicine that the doctor give you. So it's better when you are in the drug regime, meaning that you are taking drug. If you want to take supplement, consult physician. So the concept of supplement is that you are eating it when you are not taking any drugs. It's more like a prevention and also boosting your overall health rather than for the purpose of treating diseases.
So you mean that Go Boost is not, you cannot use yet in hospitals in terms of the real patients? It's not.
Yeah, it's not our intention anyway for certain type of disease treatment. Yeah.
Not for real patients lah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Alright, so do you have anything to advise before I end this?
No, but I would like to take this opportunity to thanks UM and UMCIE, PPGP for this opportunity for the interview. So I had a great pleasure working with you all, and this is such a nice interview.
Okay, so a huge thank you to our guest, Dr. Phan, for sharing his invaluable insights and expertise. It's clear that his dedication and innovation for the team and also for UM are paving the way for remarkable advancement. So for our listeners, if you are excited about this research as we are, please sure to follow Dr. Phan and also find out more information and updates on UM Research Bulletin about our projects and their projects and UM Research social media channels. Thank you for tuning in to UM Research Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate and review us on YouTube. Your support helps us to bring more stories of innovation and discovery to your ears. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious and never stop learning. I'm Claire Tan, thank you so much, and this has been UM Research Podcast.